Hello, everyone. So we are live again on this uh, Pathfinders YouTube live, and with us we have Growth Coach Saeed. And today we are going to talk about something which unknowingly affect people, and um, you know that they should know it, and they should be aware that this can happen to them any point of time, and this happens with the high performance most of the time. So what happens with these high performers? They know that perseverance is important for their success. They are consistent. They are disciplined. They keep on working on, and then one fine day they feel everything is so overwhelming, or everything feels like a burden, and they just want to cut off a lot of things. A lot of people. Uh, that can happen when you are going through perseverance fatigue. So we are going to learn what this is from Saeed, and how somebody can, how professionals can overcome perseverance fatigue. So Saeed, uh, what is it? What perseverance fatigue is? Like we have been hearing, you know, forever, like from ages, that perseverance is important. One
Yeah,
has to be perseverant. It is the key to success. All those things. But then suddenly, where this perseverance fatigue comes? Okay, so please throw a light on that.
well, thank you, Arif. Thanks for having me here, and thanks for the people who joined or would be listening to it later. The thing is, as you said, from childhood, school days, even in professional life, we have been relentlessly told that rather you're trained to to believe that perseverance is everything. Perseverance is key to success. True, it is true. Perseverance is important. Perseverance is key to success. But then, important thing here is what you're pursuing, how you're pursuing. Like for example, let's say a flight has taken off from here to USA. All right. Now it has a certain degree at which it takes off, and so that it lands in a point B, from point A to point B. Now let's imagine that it has taken a 0.01% deviation when it took off. So the chances are, instead of landing in New York, maybe it will land in somewhere in Timbuktu in Africa, because when it took off, there is a deviation in the direction.
Mhm.
So often people pursue and pursue very strong and pursue very hard. But then the question is, what are you pursuing? Which direction are you moving? If the direction you have taken is wrong, if what you're pursuing is not aligned with your values, then obviously whatever you're pursuing may not give you the result that you desire to have. Okay. It can become harder than it should. So these things frustrate you, right? So this is when it becomes, because no doubt you are putting very hard work, and no doubt you are pursuing, and perseverance means you are continuously working towards it, but you're not getting the results, because obviously you are in a different direction, you are in a wrong direction. All right. So you're not seeing New York, you're not going to see New York, because you think you are in the wrong direction. You're seeing all African jungles there. And this is what happens in life as well, that people pursue things and they are working relentlessly hard, but then they are not getting the result that they are supposed to get, because A, they are not in the right direction probably. B, they maybe whatever they are doing is not aligned with the values they care for. All right. So it's a, I mean, you are continuously working on it, but yeah, obviously you're not going to have, you're not going to enjoy it, and you're not going to see the results, and people around you will be telling you're not working hard, you're not giving your best, and you will be more into it, but you start getting less and less results to it. So you are always in that fight mode. You're fighting, but there is a limit to everything. So you get fatigued. So you are a warrior, no doubt, But your inner warrior now start to question you. Hey, what am I doing? Where it is going? Why am I not getting the results? What is the point of doing all this thing? How long will I do this? That is when this perseverance becomes fatigue, and that's what it is.
So I understand that view, Saeed, that when a person is working hard and working in the wrong direction, they will uh, feel that overwhelm, that burnout. All those things will happen. But what happens? Let's say a person is working relentlessly for years and years, and he has been successful. Let's say moderately, or let's say highly, even highly successful. But there is a point in time, even after achieving success, attaining heights, people can get tired. We are human beings, right? We may feel exhausted mentally, emotionally, physically as well.
Yeah.
And every part of us will want to have rest, or some freshness, some change maybe. Even if you love that job, you are okay to work on it for 24/7, or let's say that's not possible 24/7. Let's say you are able to work 20 by 7, but still you are a human being. We are all human beings. So what I'm asking you is, perseverance fatigue only happens when somebody is working in the wrong direction, or it can happen when they are doing something enjoyable as well.
See, when they are doing something enjoyable, what happens is you're obviously getting results. Like uh, like for example, I enjoy writing. Okay, when I'm in the mood to write and when I'm writing, I don't know the time I'm writing. Okay, sometimes the night passes and I'm writing. Okay, I don't feel tired. But can I do it every day? I can't do it, right? So for everything there is a limit. Like for example, there are people who love to eat sweet, but how much of can you eat? There is a limit to it. So perseverance also has a limit to it, because you are, after all, human being, a mortal. You're not a machine. You can't run on a shift of 24/7. You can't run. You need a break. You need a rest. You need time to reset and revive yourself. So perseverance is good, but beyond the limit, anything has its own negativity to it, or limitations to it. Yeah,
So
what happens
so
is you
even
you get diminishing returns. The returns will be there, but the returns will be on a downside.
diminish.
Yeah,
You will slow down, or you
yeah,
will have lesser results. Yes. So perseverance fatigue can happen when you are moving in wrong direction, as well as when you are moving in the right direction also. So there is a cycle, like as we always say, that you feed yourself and your mind, then you move, and then you have to take rest. If you don't rest, or you miss any of the three steps, there will be a problem, some
yeah.
kind of problem. So why do working professionals suffer from it? Like, why? It's obvious, right? The body tells you, okay, okay, go and rest, go and sleep. The mind tells you, but still people get into this habit of suppressing their basic needs like sleep, rest, all these things, and they start feeling that as if they are discharged, their batteries are discharged. So why do working professionals suffer from it?
See, we we have been told that perseverance is good, and especially in a professional role, you're trained to believe that it is good. And as I said, it is good, but uh, when your values that you care for are not aligned with what you do, this is one of the most important factors where your fatigue comes in. Okay, you are doing, no doubt, a good job. You are pursuing, probably willfully, and yet what you're doing is not aligned with what you believe. Okay, what you care for, the values that you care for. And especially in professional life, what happens is most of the things that you're working for are not by choice. They are interested upon you. rather they are thrust upon. Okay, there are very few companies where you have a system of setting up KPIs based on individuals capacity or individuals own judgment. Like we had a system when we used to work that every year by end of November we had a choice to set up our own KPIs for the next year coming year. So that way what happens is that you are choosing that KPIs, right? So you are willfully doing it, consciously doing it, so you know what you can do, what you can't do, and you're doing it according to your capacity, a little bit 10% plus or minus, and you are now mentally, emotionally conditioned to pursue that, right? But what happens if your boss calls for you meeting and throws numbers at you and he says, okay, I don't care what you think, I need these numbers done. Now, your mindset in working on that, in pursuing that goals, are totally different from that of the goals that you set for yourself, right? So uh, when when this happens, and if this is continuously happening to you, maybe when you're young, when you're fresh, okay, you are working like a hard, so okay, maybe you manage to do it. But by the time you reach your mid age, you are in a mid career level, these things will start to pain you, or you start to look at them as monuments. I mean, something difficult to approach because it has become now a burden. Okay, even though you work, it has it is more than, or it is something that it is not coming from you. So you see it as you want to do it, but it is not yours. You are doing it by force. So this is one of the main few of the main reasons why people feel fatigue in or what do you call it, this burnout kind of feeling when you pursue this. Okay, even though perseverance is good, but perseverance when it is in these conditions, that is not aligned with what you believe, aligned with what you want to do, and it is where your goals that you are pursuing are not that you care for. Okay, so this is something that you trust upon. So your will is not there in that, so you are forced. So this can result in fatigue, and this is what one of the main reasons why it happens. Yeah, even in personal life, like let's talk about relationship. There are suppose you're working in an environment and you find a boss toxic or an environment toxic. Okay, now at least you have a choice to leave that company, find another job, go to another place. Okay, you can do it maybe with some loss or some hard work, but you still can do it. But in a personal life, there are relationships that you can't change, right? And God forbid if you end up with a person who's toxic in nature. Maybe they are unaware of the fact that they are toxic. Okay, and if they are toxic in nature, and if you are stuck with such a person in a relationship, then it becomes even more harder. Now you are pursuing that relationship, but that relationship is not giving you anything back other than fatigue. Yeah, these are the things that cause you pursuing fatigue.
So that can be very, very destructive, right? So can you tell us what are the symptoms that come out when somebody is feeling or going through this perseverance fatigue, and also the destructive impact of perseverance fatigue on a person's career or life in general?
Yeah, see, the symptom is that you are running a marathon. Okay, you're a great runner. You're running at peak speed, no doubt. But then you're running in a wheel. It's like a mice on the wheel. You are there. However fast you run, you're still there. You're not going anywhere. So this will result in what? You feel drained, you feel totally exhausted, and you reach nowhere. When this happens, uh, physically you are tired, that's fine. I mean, that can be recovered faster, but you get emotionally drained, right? So you feel like numb. You feel cynical about yourself, your future, your career. So you feel disconnected from the work that you're doing, for the very thing that you're doing, for what I'm doing this, why I'm doing this. You feel disconnected with it, and you lose faith in yourself. Okay, because you have been doing this for a while. Okay, and you're working very hard. You're putting everything into it, but you're not getting results. When this happens, what happens is it creates a self doubt. You lose faith in yourself. You lose your own. You question your own self worth. Hey, what am I doing this? Am I doing something wrong? There's something wrong with me. You start now to blame yourself. You start to blame yourself, saying that something wrong with me. That's why it is not happening. Okay, so your self worth gets depleted, and now when this is happening, and if it happens time and again, whenever there is a situation where you have a opportunity, or you have a responsibility to make a decision, that becomes harder for you. You get into something called a decision paralysis. All right. So you are in a situation where you are looked up, and you have a responsibility to make a decision, but now, because you have this experience of working hard and still not getting a result, so you are in that fatigue. No, because you're questioning your own self-worth, because you're questioning your own belief in yourself, you get stuck. So that decision paralysis, you're sitting on the decision and you're not able to make it. Good or bad, decisions should be done in time. If it is not in time, it is more toxic. But here, because you question your own self, you're not able to make the decision. Okay, so again, mm, this results in a professional stagnation, because the management notices this. Your colleagues, your team, whoever it is, they notice this. So when this is seen in you, that means they are not seeing you as a leader. They are not seeing you as a decision maker. They are not seeing you as a bold. Okay, they are not seeing you as a person who believes in himself, or who trusts the process. So now you start to lose that opportunity. Okay, and whenever there is an opportunity to lead a project or make a presentation, you are nowhere to be considered, because they are not seeing you as that material, right? So on a personal front, in relationships, it has a severe impact. In professional relationship as well, but personal relationship as well, it will have a very severe impact, because you are pursuing something and you are not getting result. That means you are frustrated, and that frustration shows up when you deal with people. So that impacts relationships. So all in all, uh, a person who's in pursuance fatigue is found to be what you call it, in a frustrating mindset, uh, which is not good for any professional, because you become reactive. You are no more taking a proactive person. You're no more a calm and composed person. You are a reactive person, and that's not going to help in professional life, even in personal.
So a lot of distraction in life, right? Personal as well as professional. Yeah. And we don't know how long that will continue. We don't know how long will that take for you to recover, for you to come back to your normal, or come back to your uh, highest efficiency, highest productivity, right? So the importance here is that you become aware of how you can overcome this quickly and come back to your normal, come back to your high productivity and high efficiency mindset and zone. So Said, please tell us how one can overcome perseverance fatigue and come back again to the high performing zone.
Yeah, obviously, we have no choice but to recognize this, and we have no choice but to get over it, because otherwise you're not going to progress in life. See, success is not about never giving up. Success is about acknowledging where we are, knowing when to pause, knowing when to excel, knowing when to pivot, knowing when to power up. This is what success comes from. So, to start with, I think, let's say, you're working on a project and you are pursuing something, and if you're not, even if you're seeing results, or if you're not seeing results, more importantly, it is very important that you take a pause. When I say pause, it doesn't mean quit, or doesn't mean you throw up your hands. Pause. Pause, and it is what we call a strategic pause. A strategic pause is where you make an audit. Again, I call it a victory audit through our program. So decide a day in a month. Every month, decide on one day. On that day, you audit what's happening with you. Take a pause and ask yourself what's working, what's not working. Okay, where we are making progress, where we need a shift, where we need to pivot. Okay, and what are my values, set of values that I care for? Am I, whatever I'm doing, is it aligned? If it is not aligned, how can I bring that change? Okay, and most often we think that we always blame everything else other than ourselves. So it is very important once in a while to look inside, pause and look inside. Maybe there is some change required in me. Maybe there is some changes that I need to do. So when you pause and think of all these things, it helps. Like there is a famous quote, I don't remember from whom, but it says that almost everything works again if you just disconnect for a few minutes and plug it again. Right? So including human being, that includes you, me, everybody. So once in a while we need to unplug, step back,
Yeah, just
and
like your phone, you can reboot yourself.
yes, you can remove, right? And
Mm.
second thing is that when uh, when you started to do something, obviously you started with a lot of enthusiasm, and down the line you're not getting results, and you're getting depleted, your efforts are getting depleted, and you are getting frustrated, you are in this fatigue now. So it's again time to ask yourself, why did I start this in the first place? Reconnect to the why, right? Because when you have started this journey, when you have started doing whatever you're doing, there's definitely a reason. Like we started this journey, we have been into corporate life for a long time, we have lived a professional life for a long time. Then we started this journey of coaching. And there is a reason why we started this journey. Okay. Because we know that there are a lot of professionals like us who want to do excel in their life, want to do better in their life, but they just ended up being mediocre, and they can do much better than that. And that's what we are here to help for. Help. So there is a why for everything, for everybody what they do. So ask yourself, why did I start this journey in the first place? Okay. Uh, Maybe you can write a letter to your own younger self. Okay, the past. So why I began this journey, what dream I had, all right, where I want to see myself, what matters to me most, right? Uh, whenever like again, I want to quote the zigzagler here, that whenever you want to quit, think about why you started this journey, right? Because this why will ignite you again. It basically ignites your emotional level. Okay, then I mean, a man gets tired physically, but physical tiredness can be recovered very fast. But when you get depleted emotionally, that takes a lot of time. So to charge that emotion is more very, very important. And asking yourself why will help you there. Right. Similarly, redefine the progress, because we are often thinking that progress is just achieving that goal or achieving that numbers. Okay, true. But then if you have worked on something for a year and you have not hit the numbers, it doesn't necessarily mean that nothing has happened, nothing is achieved. Okay, so end of it, End of the day, do a journaling. Okay, make a habit of doing the journal progress, writing a progress journal. So maybe once in every month or once in every 3 months, you can sit down and write, what new skills did I learn during this period? What new connections did I make during this journey? Okay, what did I earn other than the money? How I earned respect? How I earned uh, new deals or new possibilities or new prospects, right? So write all these things so that it will motivate you, it will help you move forward. Because when you see only the numbers and when you see that they are not hit, okay, so it makes you feel like a total failure, while it is not. Because when you have spent X number of time on that, during this time definitely it has, the process has taught you something. You have had some experiences which help you, which help you grow as a person, as a professional. So write all those things so that your mind start to believe, it gets a proof to believe that yes, you're capable, yes, you can do it. All right. So again, that fatigue, whatever you feel of unachieved this thing, it will help you overcome that. All right. And uh, we most of our good work or good time is compromised, not because uh, we are lazy or not because people are incompetent, but most often people get engaged into things that don't matter to them. Why? Because they are unable to say no to others requests. Okay, like you're working on a particular project and it is your project, and in the meantime your colleague comes up and says that, hey, I'm going on a short vacation, can you finish this for me? Now this is not your job, and this is not contributing to your goal, your objective, your project. Now it is not even your responsibility to do his job, because if he's going on vacation, it is already his responsibility to finish it before he goes on vacation, and he did not do it, and he's interesting on you. Now you have a choice to say yes to no. But if you have said yes, that means you're compromising your work. Okay, and if you say no, probably you will lose relationship. But here's the trick. You need to learn to say no, because every yes that you are saying to something that is misleading or that is not contributing to your goal, that means you are automatically saying no to something that is meaningful to you, something that matters to you. So what you're trading here, you need to be careful. So learn to say no when it is required to say. Don't say yes to everything, right? And of course, we need to what do you call it? We need to build some uh, cooling habits. Uh, Continuous work, continuous pressure makes you brings fatigue, not only physical fatigue, emotional fatigue, mental fatigue. So practice things that can help you deflate this pressure. So maybe there is this method of 333 victory ritual, which we call it. That is, take 3 minutes uh, to breathe. That's maybe practice about breathing, and then take 3 minutes to write a gratitude journal, that what I'm thankful for today, and take 3 minutes to visualize the best self of yourself. Okay, the best state. I mean, that's what we call a state of mind. When you are in the best state of mind, you do best things for yourself and others. So write spend 3 minutes in visualizing the best state. So that will bring you back into a best state, and that will help you set what do you call it, reset yourself and start all over again. And when we are setting goals, when we are setting doing things, like I said earlier about the KPIs. Now you may be a highly capable person and you're enthusiastic person, you want to do a lot. But when you are setting something to achieve, set some realistic goals, right? Don't, I mean, if you're trying to chew more than you can bite, then it's a problem, right? So set realistic goals, because if you set unrealistic goals, it is not only that you can't achieve them in spite of lot of hard work, but it'll overwhelm you, and it will kill your passion, because end of the day you are not able to achieve it. You feel drained, you feel emotionally drained, physically drained, and it will deplete you from inside. So when you're setting goals, when you set out to do something, set realistic goals. Maybe there is something very big that you want to do, fine, but there is a timeline for it. Maybe you set a proper power leaps for it, all right, and do it one at a time, right? So, and last but not the least, as I always say, that uh, be in the good company, because if you are in the company of people who are lazy, people who are negative, people who are toxic, people who always criticize, people who always dump work at you and expect you to do, and people who always pressurize, then it's time for you to change that company, right? Change that environment, change that people. So surround yourself with people who are encouraging, who are who can push you to do the right thing. So the important thing is that the people that you're surrounded with should be good accountability partners, okay, and they have a growth mindset. People who care about growth and who do constantly work on growth, personal, professional, right? And they not only care about their own growth, but they also encourage others to grow. Okay, so they push you out of your comfort zone. They don't mind telling you the truth. And they don't tell you things that you like only, but they also tell you the things that you don't like, because they care about you and they want you to grow in life. Okay, surround yourself with people like these days. There are so many platforms where you can connect. You can join some masterminds. You can join so many groups which are growth oriented, and in our system we have our own masterminds. So join those masterminds where you get to interact with like-minded people who are care about growth and who help you grow. Yeah, these are the things, and I'm sure uh, this will help you get out of this uh, with your perseverance fatigue. And in spite of this, if you still face challenges, feel free to get in touch with us.
That's wonderful, Saeed. And you know, when you were talking, that reminded me of one of the clients, and this, this client was doing a lot of work and pretty successful in all the work she was doing. And then, besides that, she was also taking good care of herself. She was doing things that were enjoyable. But then, some point of time, those, there was some kind of pressure always that I have to do this, I have to take care of myself, I have to uh, do this activity, that activity. So there was a lot of pressure, and at times I found that uh, when she was not able to cope up with, you know all that pressure, at times she would blame herself. Okay, I am not able to do this, I am not able to continue, I am not able to persevere. Okay, so that brought me to this perseverance fatigue. So one of the problems that people have is when they are going through this uh, perseverance fatigue, they start blaming themselves. They start at times blaming others also, but most of the time it's blaming themselves, that they are the reason why they are not able to do things. They are the reason why they are not able to cope up with the pressure. They are not able to take care of themselves. All those thoughts, and blaming take it cannot take you anywhere, right?
Yeah,
It will make you stop only.
any change has to start with you, not with us.
Exactly. So I would urge those people who think that blaming themselves will do something. It won't. The best is what Saeed has just told you. So there are simple steps. You focus on them and just be easy. Maybe in that period of time when you are feeling that fatigue, your body, listen to your body, listen to your mind. Uh, because it's real. It's not some delusion. It's real. Your body, your mind, your emotions, they want some rest, some acceptance. Okay. And when you do that, you you will come back faster. So, Sayed, this is my last question to you. So, let's say people have followed what you have, the steps you have shared. Okay, they are taking care of themselves. Um, so, what will shift in their life if they overcome this fatigue? Like, what life will look like after this shift?
Well, Arif, I think it's a freedom. It's freedom when you just imagine it's a wheel and I'm running in that wheel. I'm going not going anywhere, but just I'm running. So when you stop that, when you get out of it, it's freedom. So when you get out of this perseverance fatigue, it's total freedom because now you have a new realization, new awareness. All right. All right. I need to pursue things, but what is that I need to pursue? What I care for? Okay. So when you align these things, what I care for, what is that I need to pursue, and why I'm doing this. When you align all these things, whatever you choose to do, it becomes enjoyment for you. It becomes pleasure for you. All right. So now, when you do this with total alignment, you'll start to see results. Okay. And God forsake, even if you're not getting results for some due to some unforeseen circumstances. Okay. Now you are grounded and you are not a reactive person, you are a proactive person. So what you do is you will take a step back, you will think about it, and you will adapt and you will pivot from there, and you will take a new approach. So you are more energized instead of getting burned out, and your whatever goals you set are more realistic and more aligned to your what you care for. And when you are a person of decision making, you are able to decide on things. You are seen as a leadership material. So when you are seen as a leadership material by your management, by your organization, even in your family surroundings, you attract more opportunities, you get more connections, you get connected to more quality minded people, you get connected to more what do you call people who growth oriented people. All right. And you you are now you have clarity, you have confidence, and you are away from all this chaos, right? You know what you're doing. So this is a person like this attracts more opportunities, and life is going to be what do you call it, progressive, and you will be a victorious person.
Yes, that's the most important thing. Whatever challenges come, must be you must achieve victory, and you should be a victorious person, and you have all the abilities required. So, thank you, Saeed, and thank you everyone who had joined with us. See you next Friday with another mindset issue that we'll discuss. Till then, take care, enjoy your weekend, have a wonderful time. Bye bye.
Thank you. See you same time, same place next week. Until then, do good.